Monday, January 14th, 2019. Welcome to another edition of News in Depth. I am Rameshri Jairam with the details. Here's what's making the news today. The decomposed body of a former policeman was found in a city canal on Sunday. Royston Drakes begins tonight's newscast with this report.
The remains of a former policeman was fished out of the Lamar Canal in the vicinity of Durban Backlands Sunday morning. The decomposed body was identified as Cyril Posad of Atlanticville, East Coast, Demerara. The 76-year-old man went missing 2 days ago. Residents made the discovery and alerted the police, who quickly cordoned off the area and began their investigation. Earlier, his family made a missing person report to the police and posted his information on Facebook, seeking the public's help to locate the elderly man. Their worst fears were confirmed on Sunday when his younger brother Peter Bramdio and other relatives turned up at the Lichen Funeral Home to identify the body. It was a pension book which was found a short distance from the body that assisted the police in identifying the body. His brother said he would normally take a few drinks, but rarely left the community where he lives.
His face swollen. It appears to me that he was beaten and had to be taken out to that district because normally he goes with his bicycle, but he left his bicycle when he walked. So he could not have gone far from his home. Somebody had to take him there, either by means of kidnapping or some other means. Maybe the police might be able to identify that. I don't want to get into that area of it until the postmortem can decide cause of death and any other problem.
Posad worked at the Police Mountain branch for a number of years and has 2 children who resides overseas. His wife passed away 2 years ago.
The Lucky Dollar store in Rosalltown was broken into on Monday morning. Let's take a look at this report. The Lucky Dollar store in Rosalltown on the Quarantine was broken into early Monday morning. It was reported that the bandits took off with gadgets such as cell phones and tablets during the course of the robbery. The security guard for the store noticed that the locks were broken when he arrived at the premises this morning and alerted the store's manager and police. This is not the first time the store has been broken into. However, when this newscast arrived on the scene, it was business as usual. The family reached out to News in Depth to distance themselves from the crime.
I make the chicken pen. I make 100 of chicken. I sell them at the market, fish vendor. I don't trouble nobody. They're gonna lock me up for the water pump. Say jump in and take water pump. I go in the custody. I have to buy back a pump for 10,000.
The suspect's mother, Shanice Khan, is claiming that the police are harassing her sons and defended their character.
For a mother, me don't encourage my kids them for do wrong thing. Me struggle and I mind them. I maintain them, then go with good respect. This police, when they come, they don't know how to speak to me very sickly.
Police investigations are ongoing. One of the suspects in the Bushlot farm double murder allegedly confessed to his involvement in the crime.
18-year-old teen has reportedly confessed to police that he was the mastermind behind the robbery which led to the Bushlot farm Quarantine double murder Old Year's Night. Romeo, a genuine called Romy, also of Bushlot, said his accomplice, Kelvin Shiv Gobin, 32, of Belvedere Village, pulled the trigger, killing Harry Charan Samaru and his brother Prem Charan Samaru during the break-in. However, the second suspect remains at large. The confessed killer turned himself into police in the presence of his lawyer last week after a wanted bulletin was issued for him and Shiv Gobin. It has been reported that Romeo was drinking with one of the brothers at a shop an hour before robbing them. Soon after the victim returned to their mother's home, the bandits struck and gunned down the brothers, then robbed the elderly woman and an overseas relative of cash. The Samaru brothers were laborers with children who intended to ring in the new year with their mother, Irene Samaru, 67, and 2 other siblings when the unfortunate incident occurred. The elderly mother was forced to take the little the family had to bury her sons last Tuesday. Now they are in need of help since the family is financially exhausted.
Oh God, me not sleep home, me frightened. Me frightened because I see my 2 sons in front of me and I see them bandit with a gun how they carry me upstairs and so. And I'm afraid. Yeah, I have nothing because I be poor. And my son didn't get nothing as present. Me have to look after all the funeral.
The bandits made off with just over $400 US and $75,000 in local currency. The search continues for Shiv Gobin.
Hey, looky there. Let me go techie boots.
Boots? No, mama, I ain't gonna get lock up teeth in them big stinky 30-second boots. Plus, it can be more cheaper online. And then got my favorite color, pink. Let me go on.
Online shopping. Cheaper, faster, better. Passback.
Caribbean rice, from the lush rice fields of Guyana, straight to your home. Caribbean rice, our people, our rice.
Man allegedly confessed to beating carpenter, who later succumbed. More details in this report.
Police have detained 2 persons from Farish village in connection with the suspected murder of 21-year-old Narendra Dat Balwan, a carpenter of number 70 village quarantine. During investigations, one of the suspects allegedly admitted to striking the now dead man, but insisted it was an accident since the blows he dealt Balwan was not severe. Eyewitnesses told police that the victim was walking along the public road in his village last Thursday. When a car pulled up, one of the suspects exited and dealt Balwan several blows to his head. According to a source, detectives are seeking advice from the DPP on the way forward after the post-mortem examination came up inconclusive. Balwan was reportedly a substance abuser and most of his organs were damaged, the source noted. In an effort to cover their tracks, investigators have also requested a toxicology report to help ascertain the cause of death. Balwan's uncle, Mohammed Nurdin, stated that after his nephew left home, a man came in search of him twice and threatened to kill him, saying he was given $5,000 to purchase alcohol but never returned.
When we go there, out of there with the feast and the grog. So we get about 3-4 cars. So out of what my in answer. So we decide to turn you over now. When we turn you over, you fraff on the mouth and you blow hard.
Charandas Prasad is not a part of the newly formed political party Fed Up. Here is Tracy Khan with more details.
Expelled member of the Alliance for Change, Charandas Prasad is not a part of the newly formed Federal United Movement Fed Up party, but he is instead contemplating creating his own, says his close friend and attorney-at-law Ryan Crawford. This was in the works prior to the passage of the no-confidence motion, which Prasad voted yes in an effort to topple the David Granger-led administration. Crawford, during the Fed Up Party's launch last week, explained that when Prasad presented this idea to him, Fed Up was already in the works and he had already committed to his colleague Chandra Sohan to support him, which is the reason he declined his friend's offer.
No, he's not. As of right now. No, he's not. He's free to join, but he's not with us at this stage. But like every other citizen in Guyana, he's free to join the party, and if his ideas comport with ours, then we will certainly be happy to have.
Crawford also revealed that government was aware of Prasad's grievances, which led him to vote in the way he did, but did nothing to resolve it.
That is the reason why Charandas voted the way he did. Arrogance. They knew that he was going to deflect, and they did nothing about it because they were so arrogant that he would not dare do something like that. And when he did it, now they're going to go after him to punish him for whatever he did.
Further, he added that with regards to the traffic incident involving him and a policeman, it was Prasad who was supposed to be charged.
It is natural reaction that they will go after Mr. Charandas And the reason why I'm saying that Mr. Chandas is going to be charged is because with all the hype with that video covering me, what got lost or what is not known is that the car came from Mr. Chandas, and Mr. Chandas was investigated. Mr. Chandas received the summons to go to court on that very day. Now, basically Mr. Chandas was supposed to be charged then, but for the fact that he was a member of parliament, he was not. If Mr. Chandas comes back here, I have every reason to believe that he will be charged along for that offense. And I think he will be charged for whatever he did in the parliament. This entire case about me cussing up the police would have never went that far had I not said you could go tell the president, the vice president, and all the commanders. It would have never gone anywhere. And I got 5 charges for that.
A man's beer.
And to end tonight's newscast, an update from a story we carried last week. A Rosarlton man who has been missing for over a year. Here is more in this report. 54-year-old Andrew Romney was able to fulfill his mother's final wish of attending her funeral. The family went in search of him after their mother, Hazel LaRose, died of cancer. They were unaware if he was dead or alive after not seeing or hearing from him in a year. But he made it home to help bury his mother and is now reunited with his family. The elderly woman was laid to rest on Sunday.